Your daughter is 14. The schedule has held for years. Mom's house Monday and Tuesday. If you're listening, something at home has shifted. Maybe recently, maybe a long time ago. Welcome, I'm Remy. This is Co-Parent Space, the calm space for parents and children living between two homes. What you'll hear is grounded in attachment science and clinical research. It isn't therapy, and it isn't medical or legal advice. If you or your child are struggling, please talk to someone who can help in person. This is a quiet place to think. It doesn't take sides. Here's today's piece. Your daughter is 14. The schedule has held for years. Mom's house Monday and Tuesday. Dad's house Wednesday and Thursday, alternating Fridays, Sundays. The same pattern since she was 9. The same pattern through the upheaval, the new houses, the new partners, the everything. This week, she sends you a message on Wednesday afternoon. Can I stay with Mom tomorrow night? I have a thing on Friday morning, and her house is closer. It's polite. It's reasonable. It's also a small piece of bedrock that's just shifted. You text back, sure, have fun. Then you sit with the feeling. Tomorrow night was your night. Today's episode is about that moment and the years that follow it. The school-age schedule, the one you and the co-parent built together, has done its work. The teenager doesn't need it anymore, not in the way she did. The control you had over her time, the certainty about which night she sleeps where, is starting to leave you. Most of what comes next in this module assumes you've understood what this piece is naming. What's actually changing?
They start declining weekends at one home entirely. They stop coming for the midweek nights. They tell you, calmly, that they want to live mostly at the other place. They make it about the other home being closer to school, or quieter, or having a parent who's home more. The reasons may be reasonable. They may also be selective. This is harder. It's covered separately in Articles 02 and 08 of this module. The teen who doesn't want to go to one home, and when your teen wants to live with the co-parent. If this is what you're navigating, those pieces are written for you. For most families, the schedule shift isn't a flat no. It's an erosion. Hours and weekends slowly become more flexible. The fixed becomes the loose. The frame stays, the iron leaves it. Working with the co-parent in this phase.
The teen years often shift the balance between the two homes. Sometimes one home gets more time, sometimes the other does. The shift may track the teen's preferences. A friend group near one home, a school commute that favors one home, a parent's work pattern that suits the teen's schedule. The shift may track other things you'd rather not name. Try to hold this without making it a competition. If your teen is spending more time at the co-parent's home, that doesn't mean the co-parent has scored something. It means the teen has chosen, for now, in this season, to be where it's most convenient or comfortable. Seasons change. Don't take the current pattern as a verdict. If your teen is spending more time at your home, the same applies in reverse. Don't take it as proof you're the better parent. The co-parent is still there. The teen still needs both of you. The pattern at 15 may reverse at 17. The conversation between you and the co-parent has to be honest about what's happening without scoring points. She's been spending more time at mine lately. I want you to know what's going on. I'm not pulling her toward me. This is what she's choosing. That register, repeated steadily over the teen years, keeps the partnership working. The deeper thing. The schedule was a structure. The teen no longer needs it to hold them. They've outgrown its shape, in the way they've outgrown clothes, school routines, the bedtime ritual. What's underneath the schedule is the relationship. The relationship doesn't have a fixed shape. It has rhythms, depths, openings. The school-age years were about building those underneath the schedule. The teen years are about trusting them now that the schedule is loosening. If the relationship is sound, the teen will come to you. They'll tell you things. They'll ask for help. They'll need you, sometimes urgently, in moments you can't predict. The schedule was a way of guaranteeing your presence in their life. The relationship is what guarantees it now.
You're being asked to trust what you've built. That's harder than holding a schedule. It's also the actual work of parenting an adolescent. The landing. You sit with the message a little longer. Can I stay with Mom tomorrow night? You've already said yes. You'll see her on Friday after school instead. She comes over Friday. You make dinner together. She tells you about the thing on Friday morning, about the friend who's been weird this week, about a teacher who said something funny. You listen. The schedule that used to determine your week has loosened. The conversations that used to happen in the car between scheduled places are happening on the sofa, in the kitchen, on the way to drop her at the bus stop on Monday morning. She's becoming herself. You're becoming a different kind of parent than the one who held the schedule. The co-parent is going through their own version of this. Both of you are still here. Both of you are still hers. The schedule you built has done its work. What it built has carried into the teen years. The shape changes. The bond holds. Most of what comes next assumes you've made peace with this much. Future episodes are about the specific situations, the teen who doesn't want to go, the confidences that go to one parent, the phone, the curfew, the harder things. They all sit on top of the shift this episode has named. Your child is becoming an adult. You're still their parent. Both things are true. The schedule loosens, the bond holds, the work continues in different shape. The school-age schedule worked because the child wasn't yet an agent. They went where the schedule said they went. They might have complained, but they went. The friction was about getting them in the car, not about whether they wanted to be in it. Around age 13 or 14, sometimes earlier, sometimes later, this shifts. The teen becomes someone who can negotiate, decline, propose alternatives, schedule things on their own time, and sometimes simply not turn up. The schedule that was a fact becomes a frame, and the frame is now subject to the teen's own life. Their friends matter more. Their schedule of activities is theirs to own. Their preferences are real. Their reasons sometimes hold up, sometimes don't, but they're reasons, not just resistance. The frame doesn't disappear. It softens. The schedule still exists. The schedule is still a useful structure, but it's no longer the iron rule it was. Why this is harder than it sounds. A lot of separated parents underestimate this transition. If you and the co-parent built the schedule carefully, defended it through the early years, held it through difficult moments, you've invested in it. The schedule isn't just logistics. It's the architecture of how the family works. It's how you know when you'll see your child. It's how you plan your week. It's how you organize your own life around being a parent. When the teen starts adjusting it on their own, you don't only have less time with your child, you lose the predictability that's been part of how you've been holding everything together since the separation. The grief is real. It usually doesn't get named because it sounds petty. I don't get to see her on Thursdays anymore sounds like a complaint about hours when it's actually about something larger. The co-parent feels this too. Sometimes more, sometimes less. Sometimes their grief looks different from yours. The schedule shifting touches both of you, possibly at the same time, possibly at different times. What stops working? The moves that worked at 8 don't work at 14. The fixed pickup model. The car at 6 p.m. Wednesday. The teen has a study group, a friend's birthday, a part-time job, a music rehearsal. The pickup that was sacred becomes a negotiation. Sometimes you can hold it, often you can't. The handover as event. The handover that was a small ceremony, the bag, the wave, the be good, becomes a brief unloading from a car. The teen is on their phone. They're already mentally somewhere else. The ritual you built around the transition is no longer being performed. The bag travels with child principle. The teen leaves things at one house, takes other things to the other, has more belongings now, has a phone that holds half their life, has a friend group that exists across both homes. The bag is no longer the unit of travel. The teen is. The unified front response. When you and the co-parent had to align on a rule, the teen now has the cognitive ability to find the gap, to push back, to call one home from the other to lobby for a different answer. Mom said I could arrives more frequently. The unified front is harder to hold. The pattern versus frequency principle. Frequencies you used to enforce, every other weekend, midweek dinners, become aspirational. The teen says yes to dinner, then a friend texts at 5 p.m., and the dinner becomes pizza in their friend's room. Pattern is what you can hope for. Frequency is now an outcome, not a guarantee. You don't lose the schedule entirely. The schedule stops being the fact it used to be. What's actually still working? A lot is still working. It's just running through different gears now. The relationship. Your relationship with your teen is intact. It's changing shape. They're individuating, which means they're spending less time with you and more time with their friends, their phone, their inner life. This is developmentally correct. It's not a sign that the relationship is failing. The home as base. Your home is still their home. They sleep there a chunk of the week. Their stuff is there. They eat there. They expect it to be there for them. That's the deeper architecture of the schedule, and it's still in place. The co-parent partnership. You and the co-parent still need each other, more than ever. The teen years are the most coordinated phase of co-parenting, in a different way. You both need to know what the teen is doing, what they're declining, who they're with, what's happening at school. The communication shape changes. The need for communication doesn't. The values. The work you did in the earlier years on values, on character, on what kind of person they're becoming, that's set. The values are now in them. They'll diverge from your values in some ways, return to them in others, become their own person. Don't underestimate what's already settled. What you can do. Some moves help in this transition. Stop counting hours. If you've been tracking I get her Tuesday and Thursday and alternate Saturdays, stop. The hours metric stops being useful at this age. The relationship metric, do we have an open line? Can she come to me when something matters? Takes over. Keep the schedule loosely. Release the count. Make the time you have count. When the teen is at your house, be present. Don't compete for attention with their phone. Don't lecture them about why they were late. Sit with them in the kitchen. Make food they like. Watch the show they're into. The depth of the time matters more than the length. Stop making the schedule the conversation. If every interaction is, can you confirm next Wednesday, the relationship becomes administrative. Build other content into the time. Ask about their friends. Ask about the band they're listening to. Don't let logistics swallow the conversation. Let them propose changes. When they ask to switch a night or skip a weekend, the answer should usually be yes, within reason. The price of holding the old schedule rigidly is the teen's resentment, plus the eventual realization that they'll just go elsewhere when they can. Flexibility is the new structure. Hold the line where it matters. Some things are not on the table. Sleep at one of the two homes, communication when plans change, safety information,
where they are, who they're with. These aren't schedule details. These are the architecture under the schedule. Hold those. Talk to the co-parent. Don't let the schedule softening become a tension between you and the co-parent. Lily has been switching things around. I'm trying to be flexible. How are you finding it? The conversation between the two of you is the work that keeps the family functioning at this stage. Find your own life. The hours that have been about being a parent are now slightly more yours. This is hard. It's also a small reopening. The friends you let drift, the hobby you set aside, the rest you've been postponing. Reclaim some of it, not as escape from the parenting, as the wider life that the parenting was always inside of. What helps you stay close? If the schedule is softening, what stays? Predictable rhythms, not fixed times. Sunday dinner at your house, Saturday morning breakfast somewhere. The weekday they always come home. These can be looser anchors. Most teens can hold to a rhythm, even if they can't hold to an exact time. The car ride as conversation space. Some of the best conversations of your child's teenage years will happen in the car, driving them somewhere, sitting in traffic. The car is a low eye contact space. Teens often open up there. Take the long way home occasionally. Showing up to their things. The school play, the match, the recital. Sometimes both parents go, sometimes one. Showing up matters more than scheduling. The teen registers presence at their things even when they don't act like it. The non-question check-in. How was today? Not a probing question, a small open invitation. Most days they'll say fine. Some days they'll say more. The opening matters even when it's not taken. Being available. When they message at midnight that they need to talk, you reply. When they want to come over on a non-scheduled night, you say yes if you can. When they text from a friend's place at 11 p.m. asking for a lift home, you go. Available is what the relationship runs on at this stage. When the schedule shift goes hard. Sometimes the teen's schedule shifting goes further than this. That's today's piece. If it helped, the full written version and more like it are at coparentspace.com. Be gentle with yourself. I'll be here next time.